What's up, y'all? Got an hour hanging. I wanted to play some guitar before I go to a hockey game tonight. Nashville Predators. And, you know what I do, man? I said, well, I want to play some guitar. Might as well hang and play with my YouTube friends, huh? Throwing a little groovy backing track, just trying to stretch the chops out a little bit. I was practicing some Christmas stuff earlier this morning. Wanted to switch it up. Come on, say what's up to my friends on the YouTube. So, what's up, guys? I'm curious, I put the title in there. What has been your biggest struggle on guitar? Even if you're watching this afterwards, I'm curious about seeing these comments from you guys. I want to know some about like what to write about and stuff, and it could be hard to boil it down to one thing. So maybe what's your biggest struggle right now? Because like I'm thinking a lot right now about like all kinds of stuff. I'm thinking about my rhythm. I'm thinking about my right hand picking. I'm really thinking about my rhythm. I'm thinking about the phrasing stuff better and more intentionally. Those are things I'm thinking about pretty consistently while I'm playing. Get the fingers up a little bit. Hello from Connecticut. Murray, what's up? Sean, good to see you. Breaking out of the pentatonic box is still plaguing me at times. Okay, great stuff to start with off the bat. I gotta put these little Ugg. You guys got house shoes? I'll tell you what. I've always kind of had house shoes, but my family got everybody a pair of these house shoes for Christmas last year. And dude, I can't hang out at the house without them on. Learning how to chicken pick changed the game. Chicken picking helps a lot. Helps with some of that phrasing stuff too, no doubt. I want to change up this reverb a little bit. I was thinking about this. I'm gonna do a room reverb. Let's just do a nice, like, good room. Let's see. Some room with the spring might be kind of nice. Sorry, you guys, I'm on here all over the place today. I always like that. That's a pretty heavy spring. It's a little tighter spring. I always like a spring reverb, but I do like the room a little bit. There's just no reverb. I'm running through the HDR-X20 today. Angle this down a little bit so you can see the fretboard. What's up, everybody? Whoops, and I flipped you around. There's my Discord page. Still got that backing track on. Ah, okay, it sounded good. All right, everybody. I'll talk a little bit about pentatonic stuff. Rhythm's important. Wrong note at the right time is generally better than right note at the wrong time. Murray, you're actually super right, man. Rhythm's, it's not like I'm sitting here playing great rhythm. I played a bunch this morning, then had lots of coffee, been running around today, now sitting trying to play. But hi, Tim, biggest struggle, hey, this is great. Always wanted to play good rhythm, great pocket. Go ahead and just go beyond strum pattern. Some years dedicated, and it hurt my rhythm. I get it, man. I get it. Let's look. I got a little backing track. You know, do you guys ever do this? Most of the time, this says Soulful Blues backing track for guitar in C. Okay. Most of the time, if you're going to play this, and I did this, especially for a long time when I'm younger, you just sit and say, okay, C, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Whatever the vibe is, right? But you know what could be great practice is like, let's turn this up. Let's play some rhythm with it. So sometimes, like, practicing that rhythm stuff, maybe throw on the backing track for a little while and just try and groove with it. Maybe play the same exact chords that it's playing, right? Or mix it up. I mean, you saw me moving in and out, and there I'm thinking, okay, I'm working on different positions. I came down to open position. It's going 1, dominant 3, to 4. It's a sharp diminished 4. Right now, this is a like gospel, bluesy kind of progression, right? I'm gonna go up to 1, dominant 6, and we're thinking it's a 2-5 back to this 5 chord, right? So we got 6, back up to the 5, you know. But maybe try and just do just what I did, and practice some rhythm, maybe just on your open chords if you're used to that. try moving it around. Anyways, that's my help on some rhythm stuff. Let's see, are we missing any comments? Not too much, honestly. People are just hanging. Hey, that's cool too, man. Hey, Till. Still planning on putting out a course. Playing sounds great. Hey, thank you so much. Yes, I absolutely am. So here, I'll give you guys a little bit of insider thing on the course-wise. I'm in the phase right now of like just mentally trying to write and figure out what I want to write it about. I know what I teach a lot of my students. Look, here's the thing. There's no course I can make that's really going to give you any information that someone else hasn't already made something on. The idea is, I say this with lessons too. At first when I started doing lessons, I was like, why would I teach lessons? There's a billion other people that teach more lessons, but you're really not selling just the information when it comes to this stuff. I'm selling like me teaching it. If you like how I talk about stuff, how I play certain things, then you might be more enticed to, okay, here's 5 different people that are going to be talking about something with the cage system, but I like how Tim talks about it. So I'm trying to focus on, okay, how can I utilize that? And I want the course to focus around like these concepts that I'm using all the time and do it really well with like good, solid things to practice. The PDF stuff, I've thought about getting with a couple of other guys. We could do this, right? These are all ideas right now. The course won't be out for a little bit because I've got a lot of work to do on it. It's in the building phase right now. No execution yet. I thought it'd be cool to have some practice backing tracks, some simple stuff that is me and the guys from Lanco playing. With Jared producing it, I know we could produce some really cool, simple backing tracks to work on some of these ideas that I think would be a ton of fun, add a unique thing. There'd be PDFs and the graphs and all that stuff, but it's a lot of work. So part of why I'm asking that question right now is to get a little bit of info on that. Like, what do you guys struggle with? What do you want to hear with? I heard rhythm stuff, ways to practice rhythm. And there's so many different types of rhythm, right? Like there we're playing this slow, simple thing. That's different than going... Man, rhythm-wise, just focus on one groove, just try and sit on it. That's like a funky kind of thing, but even, there, right? Because I went here, kind of took myself into a different key. Anyway, see, right? Just sitting, trying to groove, trying to keep it. The best way to do that is with metronome. I didn't turn metronome on. So I'm sliding in a little bit in and out. Just that. So, look. Sorry, you guys. Oh, let me answer some more. Set the thumbs up. Hey, thank y'all. Hey, thanks for the question on the course, though. Voice is beautiful. Can you sing a song? I'm not a great singer, actually, to be honest. I mean, I'll sing one for you. You know, everyone's gonna leave, but your bends suck. Do you want some advice on bends? Afternoon, Matt. Would you say more active rhythm like that should be more clean rather than driven? It just depends. It depends on. No, I think it's whatever you want to play. You know, that's just like my natural style of. I'm plugged into the amp and it's pretty clean. I got just a tiny bit of grit. If I go to the back pickup, I got a little bit of. Only a little bit, but it's not like this, right? Where I'm. Let me turn this one down just a little bit. Forgot I was on the split coil thing, so it should be. Around today. Oh, Ben suck. What do you say? Okay. Not sure if you played with diagonal pentatonic stuff. I just started. Pretty interesting concept. So Matt, interesting. So I guess when you're saying that, you're maybe thinking like if I'm in that A minor, I was just kind of doing A major, A minor. Are you just talking about like consistently movement up? I guess it'd be like. I guess you're thinking about that or going. So maybe some, you know, I'm thinking of it as just flowing in between them. But the 3-2 and 2-3 method. Tell me what that is. That was catchy? Hey, thanks. That is a PRS DGT. Yes, it is. Hey, thanks, JA. Yes, sorry. It is a PRS DGT. I love this guitar, man. This is such a good guitar. Where's that neck pickup? Here's the coil split. Hey Tim, since we're in the winter season, it would be great if you could play some Christmas jazz blues. This thing I had up, this little gospel thing, is a little bit of a, this is definitely, I consider it a jazz blues. It's a gospel-y jazz blues kind of. But even so, oh, what was I just thinking about? Like even this. This is kind of the vibe of that Eagles song, just a little bit, just a tad. What? Please Come Home for Christmas? Is that what it's called? Let's go to the beginning. Well, there it is. Missed that dominant 3 lick a little bit there, right? Okay, so let's see if I can play through that second half. Let's play through the changes without the backing track going. So we got C. Anyway, playing through the changes. Trying to, right? We're working on it. Major 3-2, minor 2-3. Tennessee whiskey. I can play Tennessee whiskey. Sure. Hey, Tim, tech question for you. Absolutely. Long story, but I've become the proud owner of a PRS Custom 24 piezo. Heck yeah. Awesome. I'm trying to figure out how to use the piezo. My dad band does not have any acoustic players. Okay. Great question. This is how, there's a couple ways to use it. A couple ways. So, and I've used it in all of these ways. I've got a hollow body piezo, which I'm assuming you know because you've asked this question. You're asking this question. So, look, you could just plug straight into the amp and flick to the piezo if you want a little bit of that acoustic thing. But the thing is, when you're playing through an amp or going direct, well, direct will be a different story, and I'll talk about it in a second why. But the amp colors it so much too. It has a little acoustic niche to it, but it doesn't sound like acoustic. The best way, if you're thinking I want to cover some hardcore acoustic, I'm strumming chords parts with the piezo, and you want to be able to do your electric thing, then I bring your normal electric rig, your normal thing. And this is specifically more if you're playing through an amp, and I'll tell you why in a second. Or you're playing through like a UA pedal or something, not a multi-function direct in pedal. And then I'd send the second output to front of house like it's an acoustic guitar. And I've done that a bunch with Lanco, where I'm running both outputs, and my piezo output is going just like any other acoustic guitar to front of house, and it sounds awesome. Now, I've got a LR Baggs DI on the ground, but you could just go straight into the Venue's DI. You don't have to have that. That LR, having your own DI gives you a little extra control of the EQ on that specific channel and stuff, and it sounds great. Awesome. I can flip between both of them, and I can have them both going out simultaneously, which is really cool for some big ding. We had parts in the sets where we were doing big ding, you know, and I had it full running through the electric rig and full acoustic, and it felt like I was playing two instruments. Really cool. Had them somewhat panned in the ears. Really, really cool. So if you want the truest acoustic tone, I would do that. Then you're using your mini toggle to blend them, switch between the two. You're going to get the best faux acoustic sound that way, I think. Now, if you're in some type of on-the-ground setup that's like anything from a Fractal to HX Stomp or whatever, you could have just your single output and have an acoustic DI patch because you're already going direct in, and you're on the acoustic DI patch for one thing, and then you flip over. Maybe it's one patch, you know, and you can set up your scenes that way. But truest acoustic tone is just going to be sending your second line out. Plug both in, you know, set your normal electric rig just how you do it, and then plug that piezo into front of house just like it's any other acoustic guitar. And then you've got full control, and I mean, man, that's the same piezo that's in my hollow body, and it really does sound really good. I played that on a bunch of gigs, and it sounds awesome. I played it on a bunch of gigs for lots of people, and I've, you know, never been booed off stage saying, oh, the acoustic signal's not authentic enough. Now, if you're doing freaking Eric Clapton live on MTV, just use an acoustic guitar at that point. Or if you're at home and you're recording, unless you want that specific sound, just use an acoustic guitar. That's the thing. When I was going to get the hollow body piezo, I was looking up, I always do this when I'm getting a new piece of gear, I'm just watching every review that anyone's ever had their hands on one of the instruments. There's a bunch of people being like the acoustic thing's a gimmick, or there's kind of some hate online about the piezo aspect of it. And it sounds so mean to say. I guess there's a nicer way I could say it on the internet instead of being mean. But, you know, it's about application. If you're just sitting in your bedroom, you probably don't need the piezo, I guess, you know? I got that for like a real application. I had a lot of songs where I was trying to tackle acoustic parts and electric parts in the same song, and I wanted to be able to flip back and forth and have a convincing live tone without switching guitars, and it's awesome. It rocked, dude. I mean, it sounded so good, and hitting them both together, it made it sound huge. Really cool part of the set that I really enjoyed doing, and we'll be doing it more next year. Hitting the road hard next year. We've already announced most of the shows with Eli Young Band, and we'll be starting the year off with them, and then we're continuing on the road. And I just got the first preview to like approve or whatever the band did of the ad mat for the rest of the year, and it looks great. So that's not all out yet, but it will be. So hey, if you guys are around, watch the band's Instagram. I'll probably repost it. You want to come see us somewhere? There'll be more stuff. But hey, great question. Congrats on the piezo thing. It's a ton of fun. And I've taken that to acoustic gigs just that guitar and just used it like it's an acoustic. Now, with Lanco, there's 5 people, and since we're a band, it's not just the artist and a guitar player. The whole band's the artist. So on these acoustic radio shows, it's the whole band. It's all 5 of us. So we already have 2 other acoustic guitars playing. So that adds like a different flavor of acoustic. Hey, great question though, Philip. Thanks for asking that. What's the best way to integrate? Oh, I didn't read down to your next question after. With acoustic setting, try to go to PA. Yeah, I hope that answered that. So splitting these coils absolutely cleans this up some if you've got drive on it, no doubt. 3, 2, 2, 3 method. Are the octaves right? I'm not exactly sure what that is. Can you give me a quick guide to neck, bridge, both pickups? I have no idea how to use them. Okay, JA, I'm going to give you what I do in a lot of my lessons, which real quick, I'll just plug you guys. I'm taking new students, especially for January. Right now, before Christmas, I've got some emails I got to get back to. So if you happen to be in here and I haven't emailed you back, I will email you back. But I leave this Friday, and I won't be around until after Christmas. I'm going on a week-long tour, then straight into Christmas, back on the 22nd, straight into Christmas. But right after Christmas, taking new students. So, timavenmusic@gmail.com, same as my username here. If you're interested in a one-on-one lesson, I do them over Zoom, you get the full recording of it. It's great. Okay, anyways, with that plug out of the way, you said, can you give me a quick guide to neck, bridge, both pickups? I have no idea how to use them. Jay, I'm just going to give you some natural, normal advice. Or not normal, general advice. Just use your ear. Just use your ear. There is no right or wrong. There's none. That's why there's people that are famous for never leaving the bridge pickup, and people that are famous for never leaving the middle pickup, and people that are famous for... Josh Smith is switching between every Strat pickup like 5 times in one solo. You know, if you don't know who Josh Smith is, you need to, man. Check him out on YouTube. One of the greats. Blues, jazz, country, funk. Okay, let's try doing that. See if it helps. Although YouTube just might not push me back to everybody. I wish they have used the mini toggles for the coil taps on the DGT. Yeah. Oh, it's a bummer. I feel dumb answering these questions because everybody got kind of booted out. When you solo, do you use chord tones or just stay on the scale? Chord tones. But it's chord tones with the scale is the overarching umbrella. You know? Just like that thing we were playing on. This great little gospel... What does it say? Soulful gospel blues backing track in C, which just has some great chords to kind of hit on it. But you're still thinking, okay, my parent key is C, right? I've got the... Let's see, so it went to the 4th fret. Let's see, what's a good lick over that? Okay, are we back? Looks like people are back. Looks like we are reconnected. Back, connected, okay. I was in the market for a PRS, but instead pulled the trigger on a Schecter Avenger with Zycrote top. That one is my 3rd guitar now. Heck yeah, well that's awesome. That's awesome, man. You gotta just play what you like, you know? I haven't played one of those guitars. I have not. Okay, I've been playing over the same backing track for a minute. Let's try something else. This is Pumpkin Smooth Groove. What is that? Broken Soul, C minor. Let's see what other backing. Soulful Gospel. Okay, cool. That's cool. What key is it in? In G. Okay, here it comes. That's a cool progression. Look at this. This is cool. This one's a little quieter. What's up, everybody? What questions y'all got for me? I'm pushing myself through the bridge section of Polyphia Crush. I definitely don't know that song. I know who Polyphia is. And that's Tim Henson. Am I correct? I think I'm right on that. All that stuff, obviously, from what I'm playing, right? Like, I never spent any time trying to learn any of that. I like listening to it once in a while just because it is so crazy and it's so far out of anything I try and play that it's fun to just listen to it and not be thinking about, oh, what's he doing there? But that is awesome. Concerning lessons, absolutely, Philly. I'm not a pro, but have played a long time. Any students you don't think would be a fit? No. Philip, I've honestly had like the whole gamut. So I've had people that most people, and here's where I'm at. If you don't know a G chord and you want to book a lesson, I'm happy to teach you the G chord and the cowboy chords in like very beginner guitar lessons, brand new, right? Hold on just a second, let me block this person. Happy to do that. But, you know, I've had most people that have done lessons know at least some basic chords. And, no, there's no way David Attenborough died. You could just be coming in here trolling. But basically, no. I'm happy to do a lesson with you no matter what level you're at. And I've done lessons with people at all kinds of levels. There's no... I know I talk about a lot of advanced concepts, but there's a lot of great stuff the whole way through, and I like teaching it all, you know. What I care about a little bit more is that just, like, you're into it, you know. It's when someone doesn't want to practice at all or, like, do anything that doesn't, then it makes it, like, not quite as fun, to be honest. I don't really know Cliffs of Dover, honestly. I don't. You know, everybody always comes in and asks for stuff, like, way above my pay grade. Let's see. If we turn on, like, a bunch of reverb and then this. That's it. That's about all I know. I mean, man, you can turn on some delay and you just follow the chords in G and it sounds a little like the intro, you know. Just sit and do like let's see, what is it? What would that little ascending lick be? I'm trying to make that up. What does he do up there? Who knows? I don't know. I can't hold my thumb and do that. Anyways, okay. There's some delay and just random. I mean, you know, I'm not a crazy fast player. Job, great question. Positive grid, the spark's great. I've got a positive grid sitting on the ground right now, literally. As far as music theory. Theory I've learned was to start to recognize a minor pentatonic as well as trying to recognize the pattern. Yeah, okay. Yeah, music theory wise, it's a good place to start. It is all just patterns, right? You know, the couple stuff, even just when I'm playing through that simple stuff, like I'm hitting hard the root note. But like that stems from, okay, I just know my G major scale. G major 7 arpeggio, but it's just the G major scale. But here's the key if you want to understand it. It's understand that in the intervals. So saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. I've got a 1, a 2, major third. So identifying where the 1, major third are to start, good stuff, right? Because if you want to make it minor, we're going to lower that third sum. But then the way I'm doing it is, okay, I'm playing a G out of E shape right there. You know, and that's, if you're not familiar with the cage system stuff, that might not make sense yet, but this is an E-shaped chord. Yeah, that's... My next shape up is a D shape. Next shape up is a C. Next is A, right? Next one up, G. And I technically there just went through the 5 positions of the pentatonic or major scale. They're both the same, right? They're both the same. The major scale's just got 2 extra notes in it. But when you know that, I know here's a G chord, here's a G chord, here's a G chord, here's a G chord, here's a G chord. There's just the 5 shapes going up the neck. Then it starts over. So I got G and E shape, G and D shape, G and C shape, G and A shape, G and G shape. Right? So I have that knowledge combined with I know the major scale off of each of those starting points. So, or the pentatonic, right? If you know the major scale, you know the pentatonic. You just got to take those 2 notes away. And if you know the pentatonic, you just about know the major scale. So that, in understanding some of that in the intervals you're playing is a big piece of it. You know, when I play this, I know every time I'm playing a 1, 5, 1, major third, 5, 1. Every time. Right here, 1, 5, 1, major third. 1, major third, 5, 1, major third. And when you know that info, when you're getting into just some basic music theory stuff, this is like, you know, it's not like we're doing crazy, real jazz cat type stuff. It's just some basic harmony ideas, right? If I know 1, 3, 5, 1, major third, I know the intervals that I'm playing, then I can say, well, here's a triad. I'm playing the 5, 1, major third. Here's a triad, major third, 5, 1. Here's a triad, 1, major third, 5. Here's a triad, 5, 1, major third. your fingers. When you play this big chord, you gotta try it right here, try it right here, try it right there. Power chord, because there's no major third. Come here. Not a lot going on here. It's kind of just this top one. You got this bottom one. Come right here. Right, come here. You got power chord, major. Come up here. So, is that knowledge combined? Then this is the main thing you got to commit to memory. It's just the harmonized version of that major scale. So when I count, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Each of those chord tones, which that shape doesn't change. It doesn't matter if we're in C, if we're in A, if we're in A flat, if we're in B flat, in B, it doesn't matter. Has a chord quality to it, a diatonic normal chord quality. So if you just played the in scale wise, right? You got 1's major, 2's minor. Whoops, if I play it right, 1's major, 2's minor, 3's minor, 4's major, 5's major. We got 6 is minor, 7 is half diminished, and then back to 1. So there I just played the scale, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So those little bits of knowledge are all what's stacking up that when I was playing that Eric Johnson type thing and I turn on all my effects and I'm doing the thing or whatever, it's not Eric Johnson. I can't play like that. But my point is when I hit and go, okay, now I'm playing over the G chord. Some of that basic music theory does is there I was saying, okay, I'm playing over G, now I want to move to the 4 chord. I want to move to the 5 chord. Let's move to the 3 chord. Let's move to the dominant 3. It's a 6. Now, that's throwing a lot of info at you at once, but I'm just trying to give you guys a little look at how I'm like thinking about those things. So if F sharp the same as G flat and G sharp the same as F flat, wait, is F sharp the same as G flat? Yes. G sharp is, and G sharp is the same as A flat. Yeah, they're both that way. Hey, AJ, thanks, man. 10 in the chat. Thank you, guys. Hey, speaking of that, you guys, I got just about 10, 15 more minutes on here. Hey, so I'm still going to do this, and congrats to those people that are the member. And I was just thinking about this. Right after the holidays, I'm going to do a video announcing it. I'm going to do a Discord hang, a live thing like this, 1 to 2 hours on a night, starting at 6 or 7 or something. And if you're a member of the channel, I'm going to just, anyone that's a member of the channel, you can come on and do it. I'm going to schedule that, and it'll be like put in advance. We could all hang, all talk. Everyone could have a video on. I think it's going to be a really fun way to like meet some more of you guys and hang out. So be looking for that right after Christmas. I'll put a post out about it and stuff. But yes, So if you just got gifted in a membership, you are in on that. You are in on that. Let me answer a couple of these questions. I got way behind for a minute. Just playing scales. Yeah, knowing the cage shapes, absolutely. Kind of what I was just talking about. I know I got on a rant there for a second, you guys, but hey, Tim, can you please show how you place the pick in your hand when playing fingerstyle? I find it difficult to make that switch. Hey, great question. I had found it difficult too, and everybody does it different. I'm a big John Mayer fan. I've learned a bunch just from growing up playing. Learned a bunch of that stuff, but he does this thing and puts it here and has access to all the fingers. I didn't learn that way, and I can start there. But I can't like get it back out quick. So I'm doing this. I'm doing this, and then I use these three primarily. So, and you're talking fingerstyle, so I'd be going. Whatever. Say an artist wants me to play something like that, it's kind of finger picking, I'd maybe do that. Now, to be honest, a lot of times now, I will sometimes finger pick, and I'll hold it, and what I'm doing finger pick wise is going. See, I got this right under here, and then as soon as I'm ready for it, it's right here. As soon as I want it away, it's here and here. So I go here, and here, and here, and here. Now, that eliminates being able to use your first finger. If you could get doing this, you've got your first finger. I didn't learn that way. So now where I have the benefit is that I'm really good, honestly, at hybrid picking. So a line that, like I just showed, where I go. See how I'm using my fingers? There, honestly, I'd probably hybrid pick and go. Lends itself to both ways. If you do it like this, you got. Now that pick hit technique, doing it hybrid picking, is hard, because this same thing. Doing that with the hybrid picking is you don't have your thumb to do that slap. It's hard. I've practiced it some. I don't do it all the time. So if I had to play something really like that, I'd just hold the picking. What's like a cover song that I do that? Die Happy Man, maybe. I can't remember how it all goes. But anyways, great question. Haven't gotten that far. Hey, Rocket, here's the way to start. Just look up the cage shapes. Look up that cage system, you know? I know I probably went real deep on talking about a lot of stuff there. Just look up the cage system, you know? Yes, AJ, I think that members only thing's going to be a great idea. FWIW, I don't know what that is. In classical music, no frets, composer will write F sharp or G flat intentionally as they play them a bit different. Interesting. Do you like the artist? I don't, Laurie Basilio? I'm not sure I know who that is. Thanks, AJ. You guys can reach out to that email if you're interested in guitar lessons. I got just a couple more minutes and then I'm headed to a hockey game tonight. Hey, thanks, you guys. I appreciate all the... For what it's worth. Awesome. Thank you. I knew that was something like that. Let's turn this backing track on for just one more second. Whoops, hold on. Not this one. Ooh, maybe this one. What if we did Soulful Country? Let's change it up. Backing track. What's a Soulful Country thing? He's just gonna play Tennessee Whiskey on there. Classic country backing track. What's this about? Let's see what this is about. I'll wait for a couple more questions to... Yeah, Preds, that's right, yeah. We'll go hang out with the Preds tonight. Oh my God, this is the longest intro for a backing track video ever. Holy crap. Ha! Hey, this is good. This is good stuff to practice. This isn't super easy to play over, to be honest. Tried to hit that lick right there and I missed it. What was I trying to do? Dude, honestly, just playing the rhythm with that is such good practice. I need to sit and practice that, dude. Hey, we got a tip in the chat. I didn't even notice it. Mike, dude, huge tip. 20 bucks. Man, thank you. Thank you, Mike. I hope they're excellent to all of you guys as well. And I've only got a couple more minutes on here. I can't thank you enough. There might be another live stream this week, you guys. I'm getting ready to go out of town for like 2 weeks. But, Mike, dude, can't thank you enough for the tips in the chat, man. We've got 542 Honestly, at like 5:45, I probably need to hop off here. I'm already dressed, I guess at 5:50. But, dude, huge think. I'd rather be blind. Etta James, same tune as Tennessee Whiskey. Ah, yes, yeah, you are right. Dude, Mike, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Tim, do you have a video going over necessary gear required to be a gigging guitar player in Nashville? No, Tim, that's also Tim. Tim, nice to meet you. No, that's a great video idea. I've gotten some comments recently with some awesome video ideas. That's a really good one. Because it is just like the necessary gear is I mean it. So let's think about it. I'll say it in here, and then maybe doing a full like in-depth video would be kind of cool. But here's what's the necessary gear. So be a gigging guitar player in Nashville. I'd have an amp of some sort, right? You could just have a direct signal. If you're doing necessary, I'd say best of both. You have a small amp, just like a Blues Junior sized amp, and a way to go direct. You don't have to have both, and you could just have one or the other. We're in that weird time now where, honestly, and we're dependent on what level you're talking about. If you're talking pro, all pro, you're really doing this all the time, you need to be able to do both. Certain gigs are going to force you to just go direct. You're going to need to be able to do it. And you could probably lots of times get away with just going direct, but there's going to be certain bands, if you're playing an old school country thing, that's downtown playing cover stuff, probably, I don't know. So you need good, what the video would revolve around is good working gear. Doesn't really matter exactly what your gear is. There's some basic things you need. So you need a guitar that's going to stay in tune, and a guitar that preferably you can easily tune down a half step. Easily go to drop D, and it's not going to throw off your whole thing. If you've got a Floyd Rose thing and it's really hard to quickly change to drop D, or you get to the gig, everyone else is a half step down, and you can't quickly go to half step down, you don't want to do that. So you need a guitar that's stable, that's not too hard to change the tuning on, nothing crazy, but what you're going to find is drop D and a half step down. Then I'd have a basic little board with your just classics, at least delay and reverb, and then a drive of some sort. I'd have a couple things of gain staging, right? I've got 4 overdrives pedals on the ground, and then an HX Stomp XL that has any effect I could ever need. Amp, a good guitar, that doesn't mean an expensive guitar, that just means a guitar that plays in tunes, intonated, set up right. Like I said, you can change the tuning to drop D or a half step down easily if you need to. Good amount of picks, cables, and a couple backup cables, some backup picks, some backup strings, and then here's one that you absolutely have to have. It doesn't have to be this capo, but you do have to have a capo. There will be stuff that's thrown at you sometimes, or you're just rehearsing for actual music that you get, you're gonna need a capo at some point. So, capo, and a good one that works on electric guitar if you're talking about being an electric guitar player. Now, then the final thing would be if you're a real gigging musician in Nashville, and a real gigging guitar player, you gotta have an acoustic guitar too. You might get called for acoustic stuff. So, a good acoustic thing that can be plugged in, sounds good. Again, good doesn't mean expensive, it means it sounds good. So, those are probably the key like base bullet points. I could dive in deeper. You know, what's not necessary, but what's gonna get you gigs is this. There's a lot of gigs I could not play in Lanco. Hold on just a second, I'm responding to text. Sorry, you guys. Prepping for this thing. This is a side note, but man, if you can play some slide, I'm not a crazy slide player, but there's a lot of artists, a lot of this country stuff that use a lot of slide. I could not play in Lanco without slide. Now, Lanco's slide isn't as classic country slide as you sound. This is a lot of what I'm doing on Lanco, is this type of stuff with a volume pedal. But I could not play Greatest Love Story, our biggest song, without being able to do this. That's a lot of pretty slide stuff. It's not the classic. Right? And I'd use some of that stuff too if I turn off some of those effects when you got that. One of the first slide licks I had to learn for an artist, it was his song. That's how I had to learn slide. Was I'm not going to be able to play now. That was the lick. I used to pick too. So that's one of the first slide things I had to learn, because an artist gave me a song and the lead lick's that. Now I could have gone. It's not the same, you know? So I was playing on that gig. I had to learn it, so I picked up a slide, and that's helped me a lot. So I know I went way on a tangent there, but if you hardcore want to do it in Nashville and you want that extra edge, especially if you're not a singer, some slide. I'm not a crazy slide player, but I can play a little bit of slide, you know? Some little major licks. Here's more minor.